Welcome to Shivering Timbers Dojo. Tonight we're going to continue our deep dive into Tedori Orange Belt. We've gone to Tedori Orange Belt Tip 5. Tip 5, we are working on some more stuff we haven't seen yet. So we're going to start with the fingers, the wrist, and the elbow for this video. So from the fingers, we're going to work on if they're pulling our arm over from behind, like as if they're attacking us with shigarami. But because they attack that end, that distal end, we're going to do that. We're also going to do it from a horizontal wrist lock and then into escape from an elbow bridge. We've seen a lot of elbow bridges. Now we're going to learn how to get out of that. So we're going to start with the shigarami escape from the fingers. This is Tedori Orange Belt Tip 5. This is from the shigarami hazushi, from the fingers into the shigarami hazushi. So it starts with, she's got my arm across her shoulder, like here. Why would somebody be here? Let's talk about this. In Tedori Jujitsu, we have the shigarami hazushi, or just the shigarami. I punch, she blocks and turns and puts to break the arm and to throw me from here. So this is where this is coming from. Essentially, this is the counter to me attacking and her trying to throw me with it. That said, so this is one of those that you have to work in the I-dot. You have to work in that space between spaces because they're about to throw me. It's going to get ugly. All right, so she's got me. I'm going to hit a pressure point and touch behind the ear. What pressure point? It doesn't matter. I like the one behind the ear. You could wet willy them. You can go up their nose. You can smack the eyes. It really doesn't matter. All you truly need to do is to distract them from breaking your arm for long enough that you just come up here and pull it directly into hadakashime knee, the rear naked choke from the back. Other side. So again, I'm going to push right behind that. I could push the neck. I could, your Vulcan nerve pinch if you wish to call it, whatever you can get to get them to hesitate for just a second. So you can bend this up and pull right in here into your hadakashime knee, your naked choke. All right, so let's try this one a little faster. So I'm going to punch. She's going to go into the shigarami, and I'm going to counter it. Got it? This side. It's that fast. Other side. Right to there. She's got new piercings. I'm attacking the neck because I don't want to miss and hit the nerve. And instead of hitting the nerve, which you think, oh, that hurts, and hit that, right now her poor ears are very, very sore, so I'm trying to be nice. But again, I just hit the neck. Whatever you can get on them. Pull their hair. Also, when doing this, so say she's got this arm. So you could pull the hair back. You could grip the hair to this. They might, try to hork this harder, but if you can step them back a little bit, all of a sudden they have to stop thinking about breaking your arm and think about their own balance. So, and that is, everybody likes to say, turning into a throw, putting your back to your opponent allows them a chance to attack you, unbalance you, whatever. And that's absolutely correct. That is how you counter, your average hip toss or anything, is to stop that hip and to do something. Well, shigarami is using pressure on our arm versus the toss of the hip, so we got to relieve that pressure on our arm. And we relieve that pressure on the arm by hitting this. If this doesn't work, you can also push the shoulder forward and come into there as well. Other side. So she's got this. I could push the shoulder forward, but I really do like hitting the nerve simply because if I push the shoulder forward, now she's not getting away from me. This way, I got an eyeball here. Yeah, she's not getting away from me. She's going to try to protect that eye. And then I can bend my arm right in here. You notice I'm putting my head directly in here. If you hold back here, she's going to whack. So I don't want that. So I'll keep my head tight, and then there we go. All right, now I am very big. She is very small. Nerve attacks don't stop fights, right? There's no sort of chi manipulation we're doing here. We're literally just touching things that hurt easily. If if it doesn't work on somebody, if you hit them and it doesn't work there, hit them again in another spot and keep smacking them about the head and shoulders until they react. As long as they're reacting to you smacking them about the head and shoulders, they're not breaking your arm, which is a win for you. All right, so I'm going to do that arm. You ready? All right, so I got you on this side. I'm pulling down. Very good. I like that. Now, don't forget, if you are smaller, to hit that lower back and really bring my hips forward and really sink that choke in. Right? And try the other side. All right. Turn it in here. And right there. Get up. Oh, yeah, that's the right kind of thing. Try the other side. Let's go that way. All right. Yeah. Yes. Good. You get me unbalanced and into that choke, and hey, give me wet willies up in here. Excellent work.
Hey, over here.
Hey, it is just a distraction. There doesn't have to necessarily be pain involved. I would say, yes, add some pain because, again, anything you can do to keep them breaking your arm and getting that throw. Because once they break the arm and get those hips down, you're going for a ride and it's not a pleasant throw. So don't be nice. Yes? So one more time. She comes in. And she's going to do something mean. Do something mean. Punch me in the back of the head. There you go. That's mean. Try me on the other side. All right. Woo! Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I don't like that either. Excellent. So, just by getting my attention off of me trying to break her little arm, for just a moment, she can move. And she should try to choke. You know, she's little. Will she get the choke? Who knows? But it's better than getting thrown. All right, good job. From the wrist, this is the Han tekubi tori hazushi. So the tekubi tori hazushi, we're pretty familiar with. The Han just means halfway. Essentially, it's from this halfway lock right here. Not all the way yet, just right here. Boom. So we're going to get out of that. So she's going to put me in that lock to get out. My best bet, as for most of these, is to work in the eye dot. Yes? So I push forward at the same time, pulling this right to here, and I do the same move. Left side. So I push forward, I come here, and I pull to the same side. Now let's do that a little smoother, with a little more flow, so I can do it in the eye dot, and I'm going to show you how to stop this, because the natural inclination, well, if you do it to them, they can do it to you. So we're going to put some stank on it at the end to make them quit. Yes? Go ahead. There we go. Other side.
Sure.
Yeah, got it? All right. So, what am I doing here? As she grabs me, I take the grab and I push in. This is one of the times we're saying, oh, you want to grab me? Okay, let's do this thing. Ha-ha! Into the grab, back to here. Again, I want the wrist here on my body. I can hold her because I'm so much bigger, but especially if they have any sort of size and strength. Use your body, turn to this. Now, the way we keep her from driving this thing in is to then take her pressure here. Remember, we have a pressure point here we can use. It works on some people, it doesn't work on all people. It works on me. I've got big arms and it works. Some of my friends that got big arms, it doesn't work. If you try for the pressure point and it doesn't work, just pull the elbow and the whole thing works. All right, other side. So again, we drive this thing in and pull it right back and right to here. So this is this, again, I'm turning this way. There's the pain. There's the extra pain. Oh boy. Remember, if you hurt, cause pain, do whatever in one direction, okay? So I'm doing this in one direction. She's going to try and get out of it. No, do that. Push in. Ah, yes. Good. But if I cause pain, pain, and pain, what she has to focus on is that now there's pain in multiple locations, and it's much harder to focus on the push forward and that. Which is why this is best performed in the Aida. So as she grabs me, I'm already doing the counter before she ever locks this thing down. That's the secret of this one. If they've locked it down, by all means, push forward, do something. Don't stand there and get your wrist broke. But if you can possibly avoid it, if you possibly have an option, absolutely work in the Aida. Now, big V little. It's very important she work in the Aida. Yes? You ready? Good. Other side. Because I know what's coming. I gotta get it. All right. This time, don't work in the Aida and see how much more difficult it is. So let me go ahead and lock this thing in. Yet you're already feeling some pain, right? This is more difficult. This is a lot harder. This is not as clean, is it? Try the other side. Now, one thing you can do when you're pushing, don't forget, you can push with this hand, this offhand as well, to help relieve the pressure. Yes? You can use two hands. If you're going to use two hands, by gum, she grabs me. She's going to do this, you know, and I'm going to counter it. So when I push in with both hands, look, I've already got hands on hiya. So, this is a very good example of needing to work in the Aida when you can, and learning how to put some extra on the end of it to keep them from doing the same thing to you. All right? Good job. This is from the elbow on tip 5, and this is the gyaku garami hazushi. So from the elbow grip, this time she's got me in the elbow bridge. So the elbow bridge, and we're coming up under here. Yes. Now she doesn't want it. Yeah. Let's talk about this elbow bridge for a second. Bad elbow bridges are up here. If they get you up here and trying to put pressure on the elbow, good. So let's get her in a good elbow bridge where she's been smart. Now I can't bend up here. She's trying to crank this down here. So I'm going to step back and cradle. Try this.
I hear you.
Indeed. Step back and cradle. Once again, this is far more effective if you practice from the Aida when they're trying to sink it in and have not quite got all of the pressure yet. That does not mean you can't get out if there's pressure on you, but this will be easier if you know. Again. So from here, step in to there. From here, step in to there. Now, the internet is right now screaming, nobody's going to grab you like that. We learned several times in Tedori Jujitsu how to flow from one thing to another. Specifically, you know, from here, it doesn't work, maybe go to here, and maybe we go to here. So since we're to here, that's right. So, although for the purposes of this video, we're simply starting in an elbow bridge is something you'll find yourself in as a flow from something else, and it is important to know how to get out of it. So, once again, she grabs me, I work in the Aida right to there. Again, she grabs, and I work in the Aida right to there. Now, let's talk about this cradle. Again, the internet likes to scream at me that we never practice this with resistance, and as a matter of fact, we do, and as a matter of fact, I've practiced this a lot from resistance, from people who don't necessarily do Tedori Jujitsu, so they don't move the way you think they might. And what happens pretty frequently with a cradle is they'll go to do a move, and you go to cradle them, and they try to step out and around, right? Or step this way. There you go. To take this pressure off. So the way we make the cradle work to our advantage, you ready? We cradle and then we throw. For right now, you're simply showing the cradle. There's more to this to put the stank on it, as they say. All right. Now, big V little. The cradle works. We will practice slow because we're not trying to hurt ourselves. In every other situation, You crank that thing fast and hard and turn it into a throw. Nobody will thank you for it, so for now, we go easy. Yes, so I got you. Good elbow bridge, step back. Bring up toe tap. You got this. Bring it up toe tap. There it is. There it is. Yeah, you're moving my whole body when you do that. Your little frame is moving my whole body. Be proud. Again. Yeah, there you go. Good. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to try to put some pressure on that. You don't let me. Got it? There you go. Good. So, the secret to the good cradle is as she's coming in, she grabs me. I come up under that elbow. My hand is flat. Just like that. I can reach up and I push my elbow down and my hand up. There we go. And I would far rather her be on the ground than grabbing my elbow from this right here. So I can put this in here and really crank this into a nice ball. Yeah, right there, killer. All right, so from the elbow bridge to the cradle. That was Tedori Jujitsu Orange Belt Tip 5. The fingers, the wrist, and the elbow. You'll notice again, the fingers, they are pulling me across. It's really kind of an elbow technique, but they're grabbing the fingers. They can grab the wrist or the fingers, pull you down, and you're definitely using your fingers to attack them right back. The wrist, you'll see this again in Tip 6. You'll see from all the way over, there's not much change. It's kind of the same thing. And again, from that elbow bridge, again, people don't typically start with an elbow bridge. Again, this is something you'll find yourself in as a series of joint locks, but it behooves you to know how to get out of it. Practice these with some resistance. Absolutely practice the shigarami hazushi from resistance. You know, let them try to get that shigarami on you and then say, nope, and try to get their little attention off. You know, we're starting up top. You could always kick them in the butt, you know, do something from beneath, whatever it takes for you to not get your arm broken. Absolutely practice your horizontal wrist flex from somebody grabbing you and try to get cleaner and smoother and work in the ida. And especially the same thing with that elbow bridge. Work to get cleaner and smoother, work in the ida. Be very careful with the cradle. It happens fast, it hurts quickly, it injures rapidly. So, you know, practice these things. Know when to add resistance and know when to then be gentle once you have the uke in the position where you need to be. If you still don't like these, well, come to class, try them out, tell us why you don't like it. Other than that, stay safe. Thanks.